Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Fawn. Are we going to have an easy, Sunday morning? I am. It's been a really relaxing few days. I have put a halt on rushing. I'm trying to change certain things in my life. And even if I'm working on one thing at a time, it's one step at a time. And now I'm working on my rushing. I always rush. I make a grocery list and I rush through the grocery store like Superwoman and I get what I need and I leave. So I'm taking my time now and it's been wonderful because I'm not rushy and my heart's not racing and I'm not in a hurry and I'm taking more time. So that's one thing. I mean, we can all take baby steps. Plus, I'm doing some exercising at night. I'm doing some stretching. So I'm feeling better and I'm starting to work on myself more. I critiqued other things. I quit smoking a year and a half ago and I quit drinking soda about a year ago. And I just quit doing certain things and I'm trying to work on myself gradually, like baby steps, even if you have to. I don't try to do everything at once because you got to get through the trauma of one thing and then go on to the other. And to me, smoking was the big trauma. It was like I was trying to talk myself out of it. I had quit years ago. I'd quit a few times, cold turkey. And then I started again with one trauma after the other. And then I started again. So I've left it. I just cold turkey. And I feel a lot better. I don't miss it at all. And I don't care. It doesn't bother me. So I think we all need to work on ourselves right now. It's very, very important. Um, I watched a little bit of what the is going on at Eagle Pass in Texas, and it's really funny. We've been getting a lot of eagles. Maybe it was predicting to us what was going to go on because we all have to look at all the cards that are coming out, not just as a personal message, but it could have been as a collective energy message for us that something was going to go on. It had to do with an eagle. I mean, it could be anything. I guess the National Guard's down there now. I know Florida State troopers are down there. I know Iowa, I think, is going there. I know 25 states are going to help them. But what my question is, should we be looking at that and not over there? So what are they up to? I would just kind of keep one eye on the Eagle Pass, Texas situation and one eye over here because now we have the trucker convoy. The trucker convoy came and it went. It came and it disappeared. It was staged. I think everything is like a movie. And when I looked into a lot of things, it doesn't surprise me. There is no coincidences. And I've looked at some of the times that my videos have stopped. Like the other day, it was 117, or we were talking about tens that day. And if you figure out the minutes and the seconds, it came out to 10 or one, if you want to go further than that. So there is no coincidences on anything. Today, my number was 369, which is Tesla. So is that we know we're going to get the free energy. We just don't know when. So let's stay in our own lane and work on ourselves and start enjoying and be grateful for everything in our life. We have to not look at all the bad and start looking at the good. And when you are grateful for things, things start to come, blessings start to come your way. I really believe that. So we're going to get going on the reading. We got some great messages for today. And I really feel that all these messages today were about the collective and what we're going through in the world right now. Because the cards that came out were kind of interesting. The Three of Water, and we know that the three is the divine number. What I'm saying, it says celebrate your victories. Take satisfaction from your endeavors. Look to the future with anticipation. Your success will continue, a reward outcome, an exciting future. Free yourself of unrealistic expectations. Allow the outcome to manifest freely. I just talked about that yesterday. When you come in, I want you to hit, we're going to call it, it's the like button. YouTube calls it the like button. It's a finger, that. We're going to call it the magical wish button. We are going to try to manifest things. I want everybody to come in and I want you to think of something simple that you want to manifest. Let's work on manifesting things because we can do this. Think of something simple. Like I said, like I used a metaphor the other day, say you need $20 for gas by Friday. Okay. And you don't know how you're going to get it. So I want you to start when you're meditating or thinking, I want you to start thinking about that $20 for gas and need it before Friday and start manifesting it and let me know in the comments. It doesn't matter what video, because I see all the comments and I read them and I respond to them. Let me know how long it took you to manifest it and how easy it was for you and how you're working on it. I think that all of us, the whole soul family, would really like to know, and we'd really like to try to practice our manifestation. So when you hit the magic wish button, the like button, the thumbs up, I want you to make your wish. I want you to make it and I want you to manifest it. I want you to think about it, meditate on it, and tell me about it. I think that'll be fun. I think that's like, let's bring our inner child into this masculine and feminine arena of a uh, video. And let's bring the inner child in and let's play. Okay. So we're going to play. We're going to make a wish and see when it comes true. And I'm going to do it too. I'm going to think about it and I'm going to make a wish and I'll tell you when it manifests. And it's going to be a simple wish. The three of water represents satisfaction and indicates that you have come to a time to rejoice in life and your success. She stands tall and confident with arms raised in victorious celebration. She has invested greatly in her creative endeavors and is well satisfied with her progress and accomplishments so far. She is positive and hopeful that her success will continue, and so she turns to greet the future with anticipation and excitement. This card is a positive affirmation and symbolizes the joyous potential for a rewarding outcome. It also signifies the importance of taking time to appreciate, celebrate, and enjoy yourself along the way. Look back and be proud of what you have accomplished. Do a little victory dance before turning once more to the future with a heart full of hope and a smile upon your lips. It is important to allow yourself these moments of joy and celebration and to remember them. Oh, I really like that because that kind of talks about what I was just talking about. She is like, it almost looks like she's freeing herself up. She's taking this stuff off. It's flowing in the water and the fish are flowing with her. And she's got like a rainbow fin on her face. She's really cool, actually. She's an interesting card. Okay, now what we got with her was activity. We got the Knight of Wands. Choose which people, situation, or projects will benefit most from your efforts and attention. Stay grounded and you'll make great steps towards success. I've got to the point in my life now where it's easier for me to say no if I'm not interested in doing something. If I'm in my zen and I'm in my own mojo and I'm doing my own thing and I'm feeling good and someone asks me to do something and I just don't feel that I want to do it, I say it right away. It's something that I used to, I'll think about it, I'll throw it around in my head. And I've just got to the point where if I don't want to do it, I'm just not going to do it. I think we're all going to get to that point. We've made excuses. Coffee and cards, I thought was a great, it's only like 63 degrees right now here. It's kind of chilly, but the sun's out. So it's a nice day here in northern Florida. I mean, it could be warmer. Everything could be warmer. Um, this is the nine of water. And she's like, open your heart. Past experience leave an emotional imprint. Shine a light on the source of the emotional pain, the effect of past experiences on the present moment, the weight of our emotions, emotional enlightenment, the process of becoming lighter. Ignorance is not bliss. Break the cycle, remove the emotional hooks. We can't go through life hanging on. We've been talking about hanging on to the past emotions, and that's not a good thing. If you're having issues with that, I call her also kind of like a meditated scenario with her. She's looking up at source, asking for answers, and the light is shining on her. She's got her third eye completely open. Her eyes are open. And look at this, the heart is beaming. It's like glowing out of her chest with bolts of lightning down here. And she's got her hand right there. So yeah, that's beautiful. The very first thing to be born in the darkness of the void was light. The nine of water represents a need to embrace an open heart and allow the light of love to transform and heal emotional pain and turn it into knowledge that sets us free. Our past experience, good and bad, leave an emotional imprint. Remember, joy and love can inspire a sense of well-being. I want to say something. When someone comes in my videos and leaves a negative comment, I delete it right away because I'm not going to let anyone leave a negative imprint. And that's what happens when we become negative and we start spilling our beans out and we are posting things and we are making bad comments. That is leaving an energy imprint. And we don't want those energy imprints on our planet anymore. So you delete them and they're gone. Don't let it stay long because then it will make an energy imprint. A happy memory creates a feeling within that curves the lips and makes us smile or laugh, while a bad memory can cause tears and open old wounds we thought were healed and forgotten long ago. Have you ever heard a song playing on the radio and had tears form in your eyes because the song was one you shared with a past love who broke your heart? Have you ever had somebody say something to you that has triggered anger because they have touched on deep rooted, remembered anger towards another who said the very same words? Have you ever started laughing uncontrollably because a silly moment is the now stirred up memories of silly, happy moments in the past? Our emotions can lift us as high as the stars or plummet us into an abyss of despair. And yet, all too often, we do not know or understand why we feel and react as we do. What makes some memories so much more vivid and unforgettable? What makes them unforgettable is how they made us feel. This is an emotional imprint at work, and through it, we can and do bind ourselves emotionally to the past. In the present, these imprints become triggers and have us reacting on an almost purely emotional level. That's true. That's 100% true. And then when you start getting upset, then you're leaving negative imprints. We all do that. If our mind was a bank in which we could choose that memory we saved, the majority would save only the memories that make them smile, while discard those that make them cry. There would be so many happy, smiling people in the world if we could choose to keep only the memories that make us smile. Unfortunately, we have no choice, but what we do have is the choice to recognize our emotional triggers. So the bad memories or those laden with weighty emotions have less influence upon us. By shining a light on the source of the emotional pain and then accepting that the moment that caused it is over and cannot be changed or undone, we take the first step to freeing ourselves from the emotional hooks that bind us to the past, recognizing how we feel and react when recalling the moment or experiencing one like it. Is the next step towards emotional awareness finally in being mindful and learning not to react when an emotional trigger is squeezed? We reach emotional enlightenment, a state when we are no longer shackled. Eventually, there comes a time when we no longer have to be mindful because the memory no longer has an influence that hurt has healed and we have transcended. Emotional enlightenment is not a gentle process. It involves rummaging through our memories, revisiting old hurts, seeing them and accepting them for what they are, letting go of harmful and destructive beliefs, and then freeing ourselves of the burden of their emotional weight. It takes time and practice, and at the beginning of the process, we can be more reactive than usual. It's like trying to run up a muddy, slippery slope. We lose our footing, fall, and slip backwards. For some, the process is simply too difficult. Others resist, wondering why anyone would consciously choose to explore and relive their deepest, most painful memories. Is like choosing to cut open old scars to make them wounds all over again. The reality is, there they are correct. It is like cutting open a scar, but aggressive measures are needed if a cancer grows beneath the scar tissue. If past memories are making you emotionally reactive in ways that is counterproductive in the now, then there is a cancer present. You might not be reliving the memories consciously, but when they have power influence how you feel and react in the present, then you are reliving those memories on an unconscious level. So the choice is one between having those memories influence you unconsciously or being mindful and aware and lessening or ending their influence. The Nine of Water offers the choice and asks you to make it. You might not have a choice in the memories your mind stores, but you do have a choice as to which ones you're investing in emotionally, whether it be a past memory or a new one. Invest in those that fill you with love and lightness and find yourself rising from the depths. Just as emotional enlightenment is not an easy process, it is also not a spiritual process. It is a healing process. It is the process of making ourselves lighter in being, become lighter by letting go of heavy emotions we unconsciously hold on to, and which in turn influences our emotional and physical well-being in the present. When the Nine of Water appears in your reading, you are also being asked to consider if at this time one of your emotional triggers is being squeezed for good or ill. Asking this question will help you to determine whether you are acting for the wrong or right reason. That is a great message for today because we are all going through those trigger moments and we have to figure out what trigger moments we want to hang on to and what we want to release. We are the only ones that have the power to release the negative. And like I said, when anyone comes into my videos and puts anything negative in the comment, I immediately delete it because I'm deleting it out. And there's only been a couple. I mean, and it's been really stupid, but I don't even remember them because I deleted it out of the timeline. So it no longer exists. So in other words, when you come into the chat, you are not going to see anything negative. You're going to see only beautiful positive because then you like me. Like say you like me, okay? Say you're my friend and you come to my videos and you see somebody say something that's just stupid, not nice. And then you react and you put something not nice back, reflecting on the person that said it because you feel that you want to protect your friend that is doing the video. Okay, we're going to use me as a metaphor. Then that causes a chain reaction. And I don't want anyone to have any kind of a negative chain reaction. Why? It's not there. I'm not here for that. You're going to have your own negative reactions, and I am not going to play the game. Easy as that. I am not going to play any kind of negative imprint on anything that I am doing. And that's how I feel in my real world too. I mean, if you let the negative imprint stay for that day, like someone says something to you and you worry about it all day, then you're continuing that negative imprint. See what it is? Now we got to reverse it. Ignore it. Put it out of your mind completely. The more you talk about it, the more it comes back. The more it comes back. The more it comes back. So why? Why would we want to talk about something that was so horrifying all the time? I don't. I really don't. I could sit here and talk about all kinds of horrifying things that have happened in my life, and then you could think of your horrifying things, and we could all compare, and then we could have a really negative experience, and maybe it could be a kumbaya at the end. But I don't want to go through that because we're all going through our dark night of the soul, and we're all going through our negative experiences. And then we come in here and we want a positive experience, and it's not there. So that's not happening. So we're going to have a positive experience, but we also got with that 9, we got another 9. We got the 9 of swords. And this is an anxiety card. And what ties you in knots at 3 a.m. looks small in the light of day. Try to keep perspective when negative thoughts get in your way. Yeah. What I just said: panic attack, fear, guilt, insomnia, nightmares, stress, mental overload. Uh, we don't want a mental overload. That's why if we just hear something negative, release it. With love, break the contract, go on. Because you were supposed to hear it, but then you're supposed to also release it and not hang on to it like a bungee cord. Now, we also got the scribe, and this is the 12, which is also a 3, which is the divine. We started with the 3, and now we got another 3, and we had a 10, and we had a 9 and a 9. 399. That was my number I hit on the lottery. Actually, it was 939, but it was 399. And I just talked about that yesterday. I'm telling you, if you watch these videos, things that I talk about yesterday will appear like a day or two in the future in these card readings. So we're actually channeling the prediction of these card readings in the previous card readings sometimes, which is very interesting. I've been paying attention to the synchronicity of these readings and how they're going. And they're going really good. Now, when the scribe appears, and I always tell everybody this, because right now we are going through solar flares, and they're saying that it could interrupt the internet and the electric and the phone systems and all kinds of stuff. So we don't know where we are in this storm right now. We are in the storm. So my advice, and I have done this, is go get yourself, because the scribe is the record keeper. And it tells it in this. And I'm not going to read the scribe because we have had the scribe so many times. He is the storyteller. He's the record keeper. He is like the Akashic records, okay? And he tells you to save your records, back your records up, or write your stuff down. I started writing my dream journal down. That way, if something happened to the computer and everything got wiped out, that I would have my stuff. So I start writing everything down and keeping books, which is a little more cluttered, but you'll have the stuff. And I get paper copies of things. So the scribe is telling us to back up our files. So if you have pictures on your phone, on the internet, important documents, things like that, I advise you to go get a little external memory chip disk. It was like $9.99, okay? And back your stuff up. This is telling you, back your stuff. So, now we got the 4 of Pentacles with him in its security. Enjoy this period of calm and order, but stay open to new possibilities too. Keep looking for new ways to expand your empire. Yeah, security, back up your files. This was the clarifier on the scribe. Now, the last card we got was a 12 also. The scribe was a 12, and we get another 12, which is a 3. Now, this is a divine message because we got the 3, we got the 3, we got the 3, and we got 2 9s. This is a divine message. This is the hero card. And this is the guardian, protector, savior, activist, honorable, integral, selfless. This is who is behind rescuing us. This is a person of nobility qualities, ordinary people who do extraordinary things, which is us. A person who lies cannot be trusted. Put another well-being before your own at this time. Accord others with respect and dignity. Avoid gossip. An opportunity for redemption. Give a second chance. Uh, get rid of the ego, the wound ego. I'm wounded. Everybody hurts me. My life has been miserable. Get rid of it. Um, it's the past wounds. It's the hero. We have to be the hero. This represents the need to perform good deeds in order to increase one's self-esteem or worth in the eyes of others. He can be described as a wounded hero, one who needs to be told that he is a good by others. Sometimes it is because he cannot see the good within himself, and sometimes it is because he craves the attention. It feeds an emptiness or lack within. Yeah. It's that person that has that ego that thinks they're better than everybody and they know it all. They're lacking something within. So they're trying to change everybody because they can't figure out how to change themselves. So I don't know. You can't, sometimes I'm not on the same frequency with people, so I can't help people. When you're talking to somebody and they have no clue, you're not on the same frequency. It comes to ask you to look to your reasoning for helping others. Are your actions inspired by love and compassion or shame and guilt? Are you helping others because you genuinely want to help? Or are you helping others because helping them and earning their praise and gratitude makes you think better of yourself? It could be said that if the outcome, helping someone in need, is the same regardless of the motivation, then it matters not. It is, however, not a question of changing the outcome, but the allowing the wounded hero within to make peace with the past. Have you embraced behavior that is less than honorable, caused hurt to another because you maybe have lied or deceived them? Have you ever been disloyal or unfaithful? Have you hurt someone innocent and now move through life with feeling of regret or remorse weighing down on you? We all have moments when our behavior and actions have been questionable. We have all disappointed others. We have all done wrong. Guilt, shame, and self-loathing are the tools in which we punish ourselves. They are not the tools of a hero, but instead the tools of a jailer or torturer. The hero comes to tell you that it is time to put those tools aside and to rescue yourself. Only your acceptance and forgiveness will set you free. Forgive your past, be merciful, and embody the compassion of the hero you strive to be. I love that card for the ending of this, but we do have a clarifier for that card, and it's kindness. When you see somebody strutting around like a peacock and they think that they're beautiful and they're looking in the mirror at themselves all the time, they have a very big ego of themselves. And it's not bad to love yourself. We want to love ourselves. What's bad about is the look at me. Look at me. I don't listen to you and I don't really look at you, but look at me and listen to me. Look how special I am. I'm better than you. You got to really be careful with your words because sometimes you may not put those words out, but the words may come across like that to the person that perceives it. So we have to use the Queen of Pentacles is kindness and be hands-on, get involved, give particular help, and share your knowledge with those who need it. Generosity, money, comfort, love, nature, children, and animals. We have to be more mindful and kind. We've been hurt and we've put the hurt out on others, and we need to work on ourselves and stop that hurt. We've had enough hurt in this world to last us a lifetime, and we don't want any more hurt. It's time to say enough is enough. Now we got a 10. The 10, the 10s are just magical right now. I mean, we've got so much coming in. Inner wisdom, Stardust Soul. I love this card. Now, okay, I keep forgetting. Let me do a little caption, okay? These cards right here, okay, and there's the back of them, are from my favorite one, the Dreams of Gaia Oracle. Okay. Those are the ones I always start with because those give the best messages, I think. Well, they all give great messages. And then this is the only tarot deck I have. Everything else is an oracle, and this is the Oceanic Tarot. And I do this for the clarifiers for the Dreams of Gaia. So that's what I do first, okay? And then I have my Practical Magic, and I love this book. This is a great, it's very thick, and it's a great book. And we got the 10, Inner Wisdom, Stardust, Soul. And this is the back of the cards. They're beautiful cards. They're real thick. They're real big though. They are hard to shuffle, but usually the cards fly out really good. Um, she has her wisdom of the owl, and she has energy just flowing around her, out of her hand. You can see the energy coming out of her hand. Connect with your inner priestess or priest to reveal your heart's truth and the understanding and awareness that is already part of you. Within every person, there are all the emotions they've ever felt, all the lessons they've ever learned, and a well of knowledge born of experience and interaction. Yet it's easy to overlook, disregard, doubt, and to give more weight to other people's opinions and what they think is the best for you. Instead, quiet your mind, listen for that small voice inside, and give it the space and attention to grow and blossom. There is a stillness and strength within that you can access, but you need to make the effort to reconnect with it and value it, to activate this knowing and discover your deepest truths. Fortunately, this wisdom and intuition is like a muscle. The more you use it and the more you acknowledge your inner guidance, the stronger you will be emotionally and the more able to access this information every time you need it. This card indicates that you already know the answer to your question. You just have to look inside, get in touch with your inner truths, and start to trust your knowing. In this situation, you can take a break from mentors, courses, and other experts. Your own intuition is developing, and so much of what you need to understand about the solution is already within you. This is not to disparage outside wisdom or discourage you from obtaining and working with it. External guidance is absolutely vital, and there are many situations where seeking an outside voice or working with a teacher, coach, or professional is powerful and life affirming. It can break you out of your rut and inspire learning and growth. But there is also great strength in cultivating and relying on yourself and your own knowing. And in the situation at hand, you will benefit from looking the solution within. Connecting with your inner priestess and priest involves self-reflection, introspection, emotional honesty, and deep courage as you explore yourself. Secret will be stripped bare, emerging from the shadows. So be ready to face them and integrate them. Let go of what no longer serves you, guilt, shame, doubt, other people's opinions of you, old belief systems, and embrace your fearlessness. Step into your full power. The answer you seek is within you. So connect with your inner wisdom and it will be revealed, floating up from the ocean of knowledge that is your brain and experience, and emerging from the swirling of insight that is your heart and emotions. That is a great message because we do all have the answers within. We've just got to deep dive within and pull it out. We got to get by all the wounded baggage and start working on ourselves. And that's the hardest part. Now, the next deck we have is the Messenger Oracle. And this is my newest one. This was a Christmas present. And I love this deck. This deck gives so much insight. And they're actually really just short. I mean, you know, they're only like one page, but they give so much insight. Um, This card that flew out is Love Without Condition. And this is a gorgeous card. This is an angel. You could say it's a fairy. She's got the dragonfly. She's sitting near the creek. And this reminds me of a dream. A butterfly here. She's got butterfly wings. And I would say she is a fairy. And her eyes are wide open. And she's got sparkles of magic all around her. This card reminds me of a dream I had where I took a beautiful lady along with me. And we ended up in a place where I wasn't supposed to be. I found a different dimension. And okay, let me tell this story. I don't think I've ever told this dream. When I go into my dream space, I go into another dimension. Usually I'm flying on a disc or in like a hover bubble or a hover scooter, I call it, and I'm playing in the sky. Okay, I'm playing in the clouds. And I've had people with me. So the one and I went into this other dimension and I'm like on the bank, everything was beautiful. It was almost like the Avatar movie, okay? Everything was beautiful. And I'm on this bank and I can see like this veil. I could see like it was like a little shield like separating us. And I could see somebody in there. And I said, "Where am I?" And they said, "Can you see me?" And I said, "Yes, I can see you." And they said, you're not ready. You're not supposed to be here." And I said, "Well, where am I?" And I think she said the seventh dimension. I'm thinking it was, I wrote it down, thinking it was the seventh dimension. She said, "You're not supposed to be here." I said, "Oh, okay." So I went to leave and I looked back and I said, "Who are you?" She said, "I'm you." And I got out of there real quick. And I thought about it when I woke up. I'm like, did I just meet my other self in a different dimension? I mean, what just happened? Okay. And I don't really remember what I look like. I never, it was like I could see her, but I couldn't tell you what she looked like. It was like I can never see myself. And another dreamer said they're always looking for mirrors to see themselves. I did see myself one time in a dream, and I think I was with the divine, either that or my higher self. It was recently, and it was one time. But anyway, so a few nights later, I decided to take my friend and I took her with me. And we drank of this beautiful water and everything was beautiful. And we sat along this bank, and that's what this reminded me of. And we played on the hover scooters and we had such a beautiful time. And when we went back in my crystal room, she says, "This is so beautiful. I would just want to take time and enjoy this." And I said, "We can." So we had like tea on this. All of a sudden, this little table appeared and we had tea. And this really reminds me of that. So yeah, it was a beautiful dream, and I can take people with me in my dreams. Love without condition. Do you often find it easier to give advice to others whilst hiding from the truth that the advice you give is advice that you yourself neglect to follow? Do you find it easier to nurture others and show them kindness and compassion? It is time to be kind and gentle with yourself, to love you. Strength and weakness without reservation or condition, nurturing yourself, be kind to yourself, for you are deserving of the same unconditional love and care that you give to others. Isn't this interesting? I just said in the last 4 or 5 days, I have slowed down and taken a deep breath for myself and relaxed into it and just flowed. And I feel so relaxed. So yeah, and yeah, I do give advice sometimes and I don't take it, but you know what's happening now is I'm reversing that. I'm giving the advice, but I'm also listening to the advice because I think it's advice that I needed to hear for myself. And when I speak it out loud and speak it into the universe, the energy is connecting with me more, because when you speak it out into the universe, unless you erase it and delete it out of your mind and your consciousness and delete it off a page, it's still there. So that was an interesting card for me today too. Seek the lesson. And we got the emerald green wolf, the protection. Wisdom is born from seeking the lesson in all experiences, both the good and the bad. It is born from the awareness that everything is connected and that all happens for a reason. When the reason remains a mystery, embrace a new idea, new awareness, or the new knowledge that comes from listening to your internal voice and to the human and non-human teachers and messengers who will come in and out of your life. Let them inspire you to explore unknown paths. Wow, that is a great, I'll tell you, these cards just flow the way they want. When I do my midnight meditation, I'm telling you, sometimes I don't have a problem with cards coming out. Sometimes I do. It all depends. And I've got to the point where I don't force them, because if they're not coming out, they don't want to be seen. Or if I forget it, it didn't want to be seen. I forgot the practical magic 2 days in a row, and I finally shuffled the cards because it was telling me, you forgot me and I want to be seen. I really listen to what I'm doing. I listen for messages. And let me tell you, this card threw me for a loop when it flew out, because I really looked at this card. And you were born to create. When you guys look at that card, if you can remember, we've been getting a lot of the golden eggs. And I've been telling you, those are our golden eggs. Those are our time to shine. And that's our gold, our silver and gold, saith the Lord. And he's protecting the golden egg. And guess what? It's cracking. Because the gold is coming to us. They covered it in darkness so we couldn't see. They hid it. And now the dragon, our lucky avatar dragon, our friend. You are blessed with the ability to create with thought, intention, action, and emotion. Be conscious of your power and aware of what actions, of your actions and reactions, create within and around you. Cherish this gift and use it in both a wise and productive manner. Create beauty and inspire a desire within others to do the same. Create a future that both fulfills and delights. Do what you were born to do. Love this card. This card also has purple on it, which is royalty. We are the royal ones. We are the royalty, not the kings and queens and judges and copies and poppies and whatever. We, every one of us, are the royalties. We deserve the golden egg. That is for us. That is where we're going. Now, what I think is going on right now in this world is what this card is kind of describing. It's a number 40, which is a 4. You are caught up in the drama, and it is drama. These people, these baddies, are drama. Act to free yourself, change, and blossom again. Now, this is what we're doing. We're freeing our mind from the baddies. And if you look at this card, okay, she's sitting there. And she's got all the little baddies floating around. They want her to just be all drama, be all worried about him. Oh, I'm so scared. She's not. She's in her moment. She's in her zen. She's not looking at the outside world. She's going within. She's not worried about their drama that they're putting on everybody to scare everybody. It's stupid. Realize that we are responsible for the prisons we create for ourselves, and the dramas in our lives is quite a challenge. They arise simply because something is not going the way we would like it to, or worse still, other people are not behaving as we would like. You have now strayed far from the path of your soul. You have become lost in sadness, careless of yourself, neglect, and your true needs, and feeling sorry for yourself. You have drawn this card because a great opportunity now awaits you. Choose to take it now. It is up to you. The ball is in your court. Recognize that there is a gift, a great chance ready for the taking in everything. You and you alone are responsible for your life, your happiness, and for how difficult or otherwise you make your life. Resist the temptation to ask friends, colleagues, or neighbors for advice. They cannot know how you feel and what your emotional needs are. It is up to you. It is your responsibility. Take a look at your life and how it feels. Find the germ of change within you, the spark of wonder, lightness, and emotional abundance, and allow them to grow and blossom in your heart. Take action, start to change things. It does not really matter that you change, but make a start. Begin with yourself or your home. Once you do so, the paralysis that has been holding you captive in your own drama will be broken. Your helpers for the next 21 days is the dolphin, is the power animal. The herbal essence is lemon. The healing crystal is the Lamar, and the number is a 4. So let's see what 4 has to say to us. This has been a really good reading, guys. I learn off every one of these readings. They're never the same. Even though some of the same cards come out, it's like a different reading all the time. It's so strange because it's something that I need at that point, and I think you guys are the same way. Number 4 reveals that you need solid structure now more than ever. To feel secure, you need an ordered space. This number brings a sudden burst of energy. Use it to get your life in order. It brings good humor and cheerfulness. Things will be less complicated and life will become easier. Start to be aware of yourself and your body more keenly and take care of your physical needs. Number 4's energy field is the mastery of matter in order to be able to create paradise, wholeness, divine order, and manifestation. We're going to manifest things. We're going to start to learn how to manifest. We're going to hit the magic wish button and we're going to make our wish. And then we are going to think about it and meditate on it and don't make it crazy. Make it simple. Make it like you wish that flower would come up, or you wished you'd get $20 by Friday, or you wish that you'd hear from a friend, something that's easy. Not I wish I had $1 billion, because that's unrealistic. Let's just put it that way. I mean, it could be realistic, but it could be unrealistic too. Let's start with small things to learn how to manifest. Okay, now we got and that was the Soul Helper Oracle that I just read, this card. I like that deck. I like all my decks. This is a Kyle Gray. Kyle Gray is my favorite, and this is Angels and Ancestors Oracle. And we get a lot of good messages from this card. These cards. We got the eagle again. See, from a higher perspective, we've been getting the eagle a lot. Eagles in all the cards. Look at things from a different angle. Fly higher and see new possibilities. In animal medicine, both Native American and Celtic, the eagle draws its power and strength from the sun. It is a powerful, strong, and courageous guide which is able to see for miles. It approaches all things with an intelligence, grace, and poise, and has the capacity to make a plan from a higher space before putting it into action. When the eagle card appears in a reading, it shows that you have a real ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of your ego and your selfish desires. The eagle medicine swirls around you, encourages you to recognize that your views or visions may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that your own desperation, needs, or ego could be blocking you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you are being guided to see things from everyone's perspective. If you are feeling the need for something to change, how can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't for the higher good, it will only hold you back. Eagle medicine can help you change this. The eagle brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky and invites you to do all things from a place of love. I like that message. That is a perfect place to be. We should do all things from love. Now, the next one we got and I like the arrow cards. I think we got the broken arrow last time. The arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. My eye really itches today, and so does my nose. Spray. They're spraying, I think. Okay. Surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call on your angels, guides, and ancestors to bring you protection. Arrows have long been revered as symbols of protection, as many hunter-gatherers would use the bow and arrow as a weapon of defense. When an arrow appears in meditation or dreams or an oracle reading, it's a sign you need to protect yourself and what is important to you, because not everyone has the same intentions as you do. This doesn't mean that people are intentionally wanting to hurt you, but they could be careless in their choices and actions, and this could affect you. There are energies around you that could lower your vibration, and it's important you be aware of them and aren't brought down by them. If you are in a situation where you feel that not everything is as clear as it seems, trust your intuition. There are energies in your current situation that aren't fully aligned with your intention and goals or with kindness. Follow your intentions about whom to trust and what to trust. If you can take time to retreat or to step out of this situation to assess what is going to be beneficial for you, do so. In any event, this is a time to call on the energy of protection and to place yourself in a space that feels safe. I completely agree. If you're not in a safe space, place yourself in a safe space, because we all need to do that. We've got the moon. Take note of intuitive messages. Use your intuition, practice discernment, see through illusion and blockage. The moon is strongly associated with the divine feminine and the energy of receiving. If the sun is teacher, the moon is teacher. And so she offers a powerful energy of polarity and balance. She has a cyclic energy, and is therefore strongly connected to emotions, which often come and go in waves, and to somewhat interesting behavior. So when the moon appears in a reading, you are often being told that not everything is as it seems. The moon has a dark side, just dark, not negative, and can show you what you've been kept in the dark about. Lunar energies are surrounding your life, allowing you to understand what is standing in your way. Not everything is as it seems, and you're being guided to use your discernment. When the moon appears, intuitive or psychic urges are increasing, so take note of any feeling arise at this time. They are messages from your soul and angels. The moon shines her light on all that has been kept in the dark. So ask yourself if you are avoiding anything or refusing to deal with something of importance. If so, it could be holding you in the shadows when your destiny is to be in the light. If this card appears when you feel someone isn't being completely real with you, know that their intentions will be revealed to you. The moon has no secrets. She reveals all. Ooh, I like that card. Now, the last card we got in the Angels and Ancestors is the Hermit, Retreat and Recharge. This, I feel, is like a meditation card. This is telling you that, and he's got his fingers, he's got the energy around him. He is in his Shambhala, his Zen. Take time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth. Benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. The Hermit card is one of the solitude meditation inspired by the wandering men of India, known as sadhvas. In the Hindu tradition, it represents capacity to go within and arrive at the cave of your heart. Many of the answers to your problems lie within, and if you don't take the time to connect with yourself and feel comfortable alone, you won't be able to hear the messages that are rising up inside you. The cross-legged meditation position of the cave-dwelling sadhu on the card is an invitation to harness the power of your meditation practice. The Hindu Surya Yantra Symbol behind him represents the union of masculine and feminine energies, hence support for mother, father, God. Wow, I love that. You have been working hard and giving your all to your current situation, and it may become draining and detrimental to your development unless you retreat and recharge your energies. So you are being guided to take a step back at this time. If you are working on bringing something together, your over involvement could impede the process, so retreat and breathe. If you have something to say or do that could have a larger impact on your life, spend some time in deep thought, even contemplation, before moving forward. Often when we rush in, we don't see how destructive our actions can be. So meditation and listening to our soul's wisdom before proceeding further. I like that. That is a great idea because that's what I've been doing. I stopped, I thought about that girl juggling the other day we got, the Earth Sign, and I like that card because it reminds me that when I'm juggling too much and I can't keep doing it because I'll lose my stuff. I'll go all out of whack. I'll go out of balance. I do. Notice the differences, like when you're rushing after like a day or so of doing that, you'll start to feel unbalanced. And we don't want to do that. Now, we got this again, the Metatron and Sandalphon, sacred connection, synchronicity, divine connection, understanding, lessons. And the wolf, we got lessons. These are all lessons. Are we getting the lessons? Because for some unknown reason, it's like somebody isn't getting it. And I've talked to people where one got it and the other didn't. And if you're not on my frequency and you're not getting it after you've watched most of my videos, I might not be your right frequency. You'll have to weigh it. If you're not learning anything from the cards and you're not feeling anything, then I might not be your right frequency. And it's nothing personal. It's just that, like me and my husband, I could talk to him till I'm blue in the face, and we really aren't the right frequency. But I could talk to somebody else exactly like I'd talk to him, and they're like, oh, yeah, I get it. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, it's just that it's not the right frequency. Okay, and we've been talking about synchronicities, divine connection, and understanding the lessons. And oh, wow, I never thought of what this card said when it came out. I just remember Sandalphon because it reminds me of my name. Uh, the lessons, and remember that because the next card with the Kyle Gray, I wasn't thinking that. Now, yesterday we got the Halls of Manetti, which is lessons, okay? Because these are all lessons. Whether we think so or not, they're all lessons. Archangel Metatron and Sandalphon are twin flames, twin brothers, high vibrational angelic beings who understand what it's like to be human and angelic. Both of them once walked the earth and living human, and because of their deep spiritual knowledge and connection to source, at the end of their human lives, they ascended to angelic status in the heavens. Metatron's name means the throne next to God, and he is the archangel of ascension. Therefore, he is particularly drawn to this time when humanity has the opportunity to move beyond old ways of being and fear-based limitations and into a new way of living and loving. Sandalphon's name means co-brother, which refers to the fact that he is Metatron's energetic twin. He is the angel who helps us establish a heavenly connection. When these archangels come together, they establish a bridge between heaven and earth so that we can understand the interconnectedness of all things. Everything is working out for our highest good. All the information and experiences that are coming to you now are bringing you a greater sense of connection and understanding. Be open and aware of the signs and synchronicities that are occurring at this time. For these are miraculous reminders that there is a force beyond our human comprehension that is helping you be your best self and live a life filled with purpose and meaning. If you feel stuck or unsure where things are going, you are being encouraged to see your situation from a higher perspective. And we got that from the eagle. If things aren't going according to your plan, it doesn't mean that things aren't going according to the divine plan. A power that is greater than you, but also within you, is working to help you learn from your life experience and understand that you are interconnected with your source and co-creator of your destiny. I love that message. I do. I love that message. And I love Kyle Gray, seriously. Because this card, the lessons, the wolf, the lessons, the perspection of flying higher and looking down at the perspection. We had another visitor today. We had the halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, and great lessons. Here we are. The halls of learning, also sometimes known as the great halls, are an etheric retreat dedicated to spiritual knowledge. They are a training space for all souls, including those on earth, spiritual guides, and those between lives. They have been visited by many spiritual seekers, seers, and mediums over the years, and have been described as a giant, somewhat Gothic university building with marble flooring, spiral staircases, and tall bookcases. Some have said these halls are home to the Akashic records, while others have wondered if they are connected to the halls of Amenti. I can confirm that these are actually two different retreats. Ultimately, this etheric retreat is an ancient mystery school, and it is particularly powerful for those who are opening up their psychic and clairvoyant abilities. If this gateway comes to you, often it brings confirmation that your psychic gifts are strengthening. Also, if the ideas of an ancient mystery school as the astral realm seem familiar, there's a good chance that you've been here during dream time or even between incarnations. These great halls are held within the heart of of source and are a projection of the divine mind's infinite intelligence. When we visit them, we are connecting directly with the wisdom of source. You are on the path to great learning. Spiritual beings are drawing close to support you. If you are facing challenging or difficult circumstances or have just moved through such a time, you are being called to review what you have learned about yourself. If you're still feeling overwhelmed by a certain event or asking why it happened, call on Source and your guides to reveal to you the pattern, trauma, and wound that has contributed to this challenge. If you aren't experiencing challenging energy, the reason that is that you've made huge progress on your spiritual journey, so much so that your perspective has shifted so that you can view every challenge as a window of opportunity. The halls of learning gateway indicate that your spiritual gifts are developing at this time. That was a great message. And you know what number that is on? 81, which is a 9. That was 3 nines. Nines are great. Now I wrote something down. Where did I write that? Okay. That was the other day. Um, this was a great message for today, and I really enjoyed it. And I think we're moving closer to the divine each and every day. The winds of change are coming. I can feel them. And the sun is actually shining today. So we are going to come to a new world. And we're going to create it. So the cards say that we're the creator of our world, and we're working on it. Remember to hit the magic wish button, the likey button, and make your wish to manifest. And remember to come back whenever it happens and let everybody know and put your wish out into the universe, because that'll help it too. So if your wish was personal, I understand completely. You can still come on and say it was personal, but it really came true and I manifested it within a couple days. So yeah, come in and tell us, because we really want to play this inner child game. And when people hit the magic wish button and do this, I'll know that you're bringing your inner child in here to play, and that will be amazing. That will bring my heart to shine, okay, when I see that. So, aloha 2024. We're going to make it beautiful. We're not from Hawaii, but we can say whatever we want. How about that? Last night, I had a dream that I was dancing with people, and most of them are foreign. I think I'm from a foreign country, probably another life. Who knows? But it was a beautiful time. I remember it. I remember having a great time. So keep your dreams close, your dream journal closer, and start writing them down and start writing your journey down because it's your journey and your journey is very special because you're special. I love everybody and may every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? I always say, just be you.